Hey guys, my name is Alex. Everyone is talking about this new show on Netflix called Stranger Things. It is August 2nd. Right now it's about 6:30. I don't know anything about the show, but for the fact that it's apparently saturated in nostalgia, it's got all these echoes of Spielberg and in particular of Stephen King. So my plan tonight is to watch the entire thing straight through and I guess finish at around... I guess I'll be finishing at around 2 a.m. I put a little edit right there because I would be too embarrassed for you to know how long it took me to arithmetic my way to that answer. I'm about to start watching it. I don't know if you can make that out from here, but Netflix is saying that because I like The Sacrament, that movie about a murderous cult at the jungle, I might like Bob Ross's Beauty is Everywhere. Also, just to verify that I'm doing it when I say that I'm doing it, I'll keep flashing here onto timeanddate.com. Alright, here we go. Starting episode 1. Alright, just finished episode 1. Sorry for the shitty lighting. Pretty good. As I just mentioned on Twitter, Winona Ryder's performance is, like, emotionally exhausting. She looks, like, really fucking stressed out. It is 7:17. So yeah, just have to do that 7 more times. Oh, the Stephen King influences that are evident in episode 1 are the government agency that is harboring these secret experiments. That's obviously reminiscent of The Shop from Firestarter, and it's mentioned in the Tommyknockers. Not so sure about the big monster thing, though. Stephen King doesn't really do monsters. Obviously, the gang of very charismatic, charming, nerdy children. It's basically a much smaller version of the Losers Club. But yeah, really good so far. Looking forward to episode 2. I just finished episode 2, and I got kind of scared. Paranormal stuff and like the ghostly stuff with the fluctuating light bulbs is to me always more scary than monsters and whatever. Pretty terrified about what might have just happened to Barbara. And looking forward to episode 3. Just finished episode 3. I feel like I've been kicked in my emotion scrotum. I thought the Ouija board thing on the wall was insane. I was getting like... I feel like I had goosebumps on my toenails when that happened. Winona Ryder is fucking amazing in this. I was mentioning to people that I was apprehensive about trying to marathon this in one night because I was afraid I'd fall asleep, but they were reassuring me like, no, you don't even need energy drinks. It's going to keep you hooked. I'm starting to think that that's definitely going to be the case. It's 9:05 and I'm just going to go ahead and start episode 4. I just finished episode 4, and I'm not disappointed, but it was definitely the weakest of the series so far. But now that I'm officially halfway through the show, I'm going to take a little food break because, as my 3rd grade teacher used to say, I got the munchies like a motherfucker. I think you can see there, it is 10:04. Anyways, I got the first of my 2 energy drinks. I'm about to start episode 5. Just finished episode 5. Which had one of the better cliffhangers of the series so far. As good as it is, I'm admittedly getting a little tired, and I just finished that first energy drink. I may end up drinking the other one soon. It is just before 11 o'clock, so I've got 3 more hours. Let's see if I can do it. It's 11:45, and I just finished episode 6. I'm really taken with all this imagery in those sensory deprivation tanks where I guess she opened portal. Yeah, I don't want to get too detailed about it because I don't want to spoil this for people who haven't watched the show yet, but it's really good. It's really worthwhile. My eyes are kind of starting to close. Anyways, if I start to get too tired, I'll just drink the other energy drink. I've got 2 hours left. I saw and I posted a picture on my Twitter feed of there were some stuffed clowns that resembled Pennywise in this episode. It's very clear that a large part of the premise for this show comes directly from Firestarter. Probably the major difference between Firestarter and Stranger Things is that Stranger Things is good. But anyways, on to episode 7. Just finished episode 7, which was a good one. I'm super tired, and I'm grateful that I'm now going into the 8th and final episode because I think the first half of the series was, way more inventive than the second half. First half is setting up a lot of very interesting problems, and then once all of those problems have been established, and the second half is all about just kind of resolving them, it loses some of its momentum, I guess. Still a really good show. I totally understand why it's gotten such a huge following. It is 12:30 on the dot. And I'm now embarking on episode 8. I'm done. It is... So, it's 1:30, so I guess it was more like... a little over 6 hours. Watched all of Stranger Things in one sitting. I see what other people are saying when they talk about the ending being ambiguous. There are certain things... In some respects, it can go in a number of different directions. But, for the most part, it did a great job of sort of putting a neat bow on its major storyline. I feel like I'm not being very clear here. I'm really, really tired. Overall, I'd give Stranger Things, I think, 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it, but I think its directing is and the atmosphere is like considerably more impressive than the writing. Yeah, I would suggest maybe marathoning the first 4 episodes and then take your time with the last 4. I live tweeted this, and thanks to all of you who paid attention and chimed in with the live tweeting. So yeah, constant reader. I'll see you next time.